Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we are back baby with another banging video. Or is it banging? Because 50 Cent has lost his forever loving freaking mind. He is suing his first baby mama. I think her name is pronounced Shaniqua. And not only is he suing her, he's basically saying that she has signed away her life rights already to him, and as such, she's not entitled to speak on anything about him nor anything that is attached or associated with him, not even Daphne Joy. Do you guys remember it was 50 Cent shading Daphne Joy? When Little Rod had filed that lawsuit, we saw 50 Cent trolling Daphne Joy repeatedly, calling her little sex worker. When Jane Doe took the stand during the Diddy trial, he was saying, he wants to know if it is Daphne Joy. Didn't he say that or something along the lines of that? And then did you guys remember when I did the video saying that Shaniqua said she's not from the Philippines, she's from Atlanta, she doesn't need to sell kitty cat? 50 Cent is even including that in this lawsuit against Shaniqua. So you're saying that. So basically what 50 is saying is that I tell you, I've been telling you all, but I don't know when you guys are going to believe me. But if you guys don't believe me after this, then you guys are like asleep, completely asleep. I told you guys, and I've been telling you guys like for the past maybe 2 years now, that 50 Cent has an obsession with Daphne Joy. He has an insatiable obsession, appetite for that woman. I don't know what the heck Daphne Joy has done to 50, but 50 cannot get over her. Like 50 will go to hell and back and fight someone who speaks on Daphne Joy unpleasantly. He will get them back in whatever way he can. But it is okay for 50 to speak on Daphne Joy because now, all because Shaniqua had shaded Daphne Joy, you know what he's doing? He's including that in the lawsuit. He's saying during the time of the Diddy trial, Shaniqua is saying that she never had to sell kitty cat. How does that affect 50? But guess what? 50 is not saying that she shaded Daphne Joy. He is saying that during the time of Diddy's trial, Shaniqua said she never had to sell kitty cat. He's saying, I want you guys to listen, 50 Cent in the $1 million lawsuit against his first baby mama, Shaniqua Tompkins, he's saying that Shaniqua also inserted herself in the Diddy lawsuit during the time of, in the Diddy trial, basically, not lawsuit, during the time of Diddy's trial, she said she never had to sell kitty cat. So you know that is him coming after her because she shaded Daphne Joy. But he's not saying it openly because why would what Shaniqua said during Diddy's trial be such a bother to him unless it has to do with Daphne Joy? So you see, he's highly protective of that girl, but he will be the first on the internet to be trolling her. Young Mary was right. 50's crazy. He's definitely hella crazy. And I think that there are certain terms and conditions to an individual's basically signing over their life rights. I don't think that an individual can completely sign over their life rights. And if Shaniqua should get an attorney, a really, really good attorney, there might be some kind of flaws in the first contract that she has signed, and there might be some work around it because while, I understand NDA, non-disclosure agreements, there's also this thing as well wherein facts can never be defamation. But he's not necessarily suing her for defamation. He's saying every story you're telling that includes me and you have signed that over to me. So as such, you have no right to be speaking on it. I find that to be, a bit crazy because 50 was just trolling this woman on the internet, saying that her and her son, they were going to be arrested for some Ponzi scheme, check situation, and police is going to come and get them soon. So 50 can always throw shades at her, but she can never say anything on the internet because once she speaks on the internet, 50 Cent is going to display his power over her. And this is how you know a day is coming for 50 Cent. Men like 50 Cent, they have a day that is coming that they don't even see. And when that day comes, it hits them out of nowhere and it hits them so hard that they are left in a place where they can't even recover from what is coming because 50 Cent at this point in time, he's a troll and he's a bully. He consistently trolls people on the internet. He consistently bullies people on the internet. He can say whatever he wants to say about people. He can troll people about whatever he wants to troll them about. But if they should ever retaliate in their defense or support, because he is a celebrity and he has money and he is powerful attorney, he's gonna burn them down legally. And there's gonna become a time when something is gonna turn for 50 Cent and it's gonna turn really, really ugly. That's what normally happens to people like him. I'm not praying for it, but there's normally a pattern with these people. But let's get into this report, right? They're saying 50 Cent's publishing company is suing his baby mama for telling stories about him online, claiming she signed over her life rights years ago. G-Unit Booking is suing Shaniqua Tompkins, 50's ex, with whom he shares 28-year-old son, Marcus Jackson. No. Disgusting. G-Unit claims Shaniqua irrevocably and exclusively sold the rights of her life to the company, adding she agreed she would not publicly disclose, exploit, or otherwise commercialize any aspect of her life story or related rights way back in 2007. So you know what Shaniqua needs to do, guys? She needs to get a really good attorney, go back to the negotiating table and say, okay, remember that life rights that I signed away back in 2007? And let's say, for example, she had signed it away for $10 million. She needs to demand more money or else, because life is tough and everyone needs money to survive. 50 Cent needs to understand that he's not the only one who needs to survive and live a good life. There are other people out here that were a part of his success and they might be struggling and they need to survive and live a decent quality of life, especially if her story is true, where she significantly contributed to his success. That is not something he can ever pay her for. So you need to tap up that account, 50. Top up that account. $10 million is chicken change to you. Give this woman $10 million and let her go away and not say anything further. But to be suing this woman for $1 million, we know the lawsuit is not serious, and normally you don't sue for $1 million. You're just being kind when you put $1 million out there because you know she doesn't have it. But why not just give her $10 million since she has signed her life rights away to you? You're claiming demands over her. Just give her $10 million. I think that's a really small price to give, But let's continue, guys, shall we? They're saying fast forward to 2023 and G-Unit claims Shaniqua dropped a YouTube video titled Other Side of the Coin. The description of the video claims to tell the untold truth of how she helped to build the G-Unit legacy and how Curtis 50 Cent Jackson wouldn't be who he is without her. And then just last month, G-Unit claims she took to Instagram to capitalize on speculation around the identity of of the witness in Diddy trial to grow her own brand when she wrote, "Fun fact, I never sell no cat emoji." They say this brought her attention, and she not only started to discuss Diddy's trial, but also told more stories from her past with 50 Cent. Let me tell you what he's talking about. What he's talking about there is not only just where she shaded Daphne Joy. Shaniqua said that the story that Daphne Joy told about 50 being abusive to her, Shaniqua said Daphne Joy was not telling a lie on 50. She said it is true. The time it happened, she was called by the police, to be like a character witness to say, yes, this man is capable of being abusive because he has done it to me, and he has done it to her as well. But Shaniqua said she really didn't want to get involved, and she did not go to be that witness for Daphne Joy. So that is what 50 Cent is talking about right there. Now they're saying G-Unit is suing her for breach of contract and asked the court to prevent her from posting more social media videos. They're also asking for at least $1 million at trial. We've reached out to Shaniqua so far. No word back. I don't think this is fair, though. I think it is extremely unfair, knowing that 50 Cent was on the internet trolling this woman and her son. And then when it comes to him taking a clap back, he can never take a clap back, especially when the clap back has some amount of accuracy to it. I think this is highly abusive and extremely unfair, and 50 Cent should not be allowed to do this to this woman and get away with it. I don't think he should be allowed to put such a gag order on her. I understand signing her life's rights, but there should be some terms and stipulations to that. If you don't want her talking, I think it is time for him to go back and tap up her account so that she can stay silent. But, just talking about people on the internet and no one can talk about you, I find that to be somewhat very, very problematic. 50 is always doing that, and it's not fair that he gets away with these things every time he does it. You can say whatever you want about people, but no one can say whatever they want about you. I think that's unfair. And he was also laughing at Daphne Joy. So why is it that it's okay for him to laugh at Daphne Joy, troll Daphne Joy, but if someone else does it, you're going to include that in a lawsuit because you're still obsessed with Daphne Joy? I find that to be hella funny though, but it's very telling that I was right when I told you guys that he is pretty much obsessed with that woman. But anywho, guys, that's just my 2 cents on that lawsuit from 50 Cent. I think 50 Cent is extremely unfair. I think that is just very brutal of him. You can protect your legacy. If she has signed her life right away, give her some money and let her go away. But suing her for $1 million, these times are challenging and everyone needs money. But I want to hear from you guys. What's your 2 cents on the matter? Leave a comment below. Do all you need to do on this video to support your girl. Peace.